Just like the traffic here in Houston, if you can make it through this part of the season, make it through where everybody's near 500 and find a way to push on and make the postseason, in games like this, you'll find yourself in that postseason. Both these two teams hovering right around 500. It's the Houston Herd and the Milwaukee Stags. Hello, folks. I'm Tyler Folk, joined in the booth by Eric Vincent. Eric, great to have you here. So, as I mentioned before, these two teams, one team just barely above 500, one team just below 500. What's it going to take today to really set them up for the back half of the schedule?
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. Always a pleasure to be here with you, my friend. And yeah, you mentioned it. I mean, Houston sitting at 4-3, Milwaukee sitting at 3-4, both kind of in the middle of the table as far as their divisions go. We've hit the halfway point here in Week 9 of the inaugural UFL season. Final game of Week 9. We're going to see what these teams are made of here tonight.
Welcome to UFL Primetime. Milwaukee in their first ever Primetime is here. We go. They will get the ball to start the game, and they will start with a kneel down in their own end zone, and that is where the Stags will take over, led up by quarterback Adam Wiseman, who's had himself a pretty decent year to this point. 19 touchdowns, only 8 picks, and he'll look to air it out again here tonight as he'll start in the gun. Flip out left side and got some room to work for the wide receiver. The screen play, the bubble screen works out brilliantly for Henderson as he was able to shoot up down the sideline.
Fair. Scorch Henderson making the catch and running up the sideline. Sorry, I couldn't help it with the name like Ferguson. I mean, come on, man. But I mean, he's living up to his nickname right there, scorching down that sideline right away. And that's where the plays like that will go ahead and give you some additional yardage there.
He's looking for freedom as here we go, play action here for Wiseman. Flip out near side, caught plenty of room between Churchill and the next defender. And that's a good pickup of 7.
Yeah, 2 plays, 23 yards right out the gate. This passing offense led by Wiseman looking good and looking crisp so far as they are right near the midfield stripe.
Back-to-back throws to open up the game as Wiseman again looking up the seam, down the numbers. Churchill on the run, inside the 10, 5 touchdown, Milwaukee. 20th touchdown on the campaign for Wiseman, 52 yards for Churchill.
Well, it certainly didn't take him long to get some fireworks going, and just, I think, a defensive breakdown there right at the line of scrimmage. Corner misplayed Churchill. Churchill obviously has a ton of speed. He is a big play threat. And obviously you see it right there, just rumbling down the hash marks into the end zone for our first score of the evening.
Brilliant job from Churchill to get open in space. His 6th touchdown of the season that leads Milwaukee. And on attempt the extra point for the Stags is Sam Reed. Snap, spot kick is up, and it is good. A very quick 3-play, 75-yard drive. All passes, all leading to a Stags opening score. Now it's time to see, Eric, what Houston will do as they come out here on offense.
Yeah, they're going to have to respond. They're going to have to respond quickly. But both of these teams are pass-heavy teams. They like to throw the football around. Houston with a ton of weapons, especially in the wide receiver room. Got themselves a new tight end this week in DeAndre Lawson. So we're going to see what they're made of here at home. And the Herd faithful are going to want them not to get down to 500, but to keep themselves above 500 and keep themselves in this playoff race.
Still early doors. I mean, we've got the halfway point of the season, but still plenty of time to make up some ground. But hey, need to continue, especially in these tight games when you look at tiebreakers, and even in this interconference matchup that we have here today. Every result matters as the return gets all the way up to the 27-yard line, and out trots Ronnie Shanahan out of Oregon, the 8th-year quarterback. Will hand off right side to DJ Simeon for a quick gain, and that'll bring a quicker look at this offense. Again, we touched on DeAndre Lawson, the new tight end, but did not forget about the 2 stud receivers, Joey Terrazas and DR Simeon.
Yeah, absolutely. And those are the two that you want to look out for. Even Lucas Ryan, number 87, he is a big play threat as well. Unclaimed wide receiver, by the way. For anyone interested in joining up the league, go to UFL.football to snatch him up now.
There is Simeon, the DJ version this time. Trots again. Got 3 on first down. Picks up a little over 7 here on second down to move the sticks.
And two differing philosophies thus far. Milwaukee sticking with the air, no running at all. And Houston sticking with the ground game on their first 2 plays, getting first down and keeping the drive alive.
Fairly similar to my earlier connected dynasty match between Minnesota and Cincinnati. Minnesota more of a run team, Cincinnati in that alternate universe a pass-heavy team as Simeon again gets the call. Another run to the right side, another short little gain, and now we need to touch on this Stags defense that, you know, both these two teams really don't force a whole lot of turnovers, but you always have to be careful for their dangerous defensive backs led by Will Shackelford and Cash Cruz.
Yeah, and those are the two guys that you want to look out for, playing free safety and strong safety respectively, solidifying up that defensive backfield. You certainly don't want to throw their way.
Tight end's right here for Shanahan. They will go play action this time, but Milwaukee playing coverage. Pass checked down underneath. Then DJ Simeon trying to run to the sideline underneath all that coverage, but looking maybe a minimal gain, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, DJ's getting himself a ton of work, ton of reps here early on this first drive. Bunch of runs and then a first pass catch right there.
So your second pass of the drive here. Shanahan stepping up in the pocket. Good chop block from the tailback, but that one's picked up. What did I say about Cash Cruz? Look out. Pick for Milwaukee.
Man, and that's a heck of a pick right there. I mean, first of all, you said a good chop block there for DJ it wasn't DJ that was the extra running back in the formation. But either way, Cash Cruz falling backward, getting his mitts on the football, and coming up with the first turnover of the game. Huge road matchup here against Houston, as we mentioned, and he pulls down his first interception of the season.
What a way to do it. Early on in the game, set the tempo, set the tone for your team here on the road. As out again comes Adam Wiseman. 3 passes the opening drive, 3 for 3 and a touchdown. They will go play action here on first. Another deep shot right side, but this one is incomplete. Well over Dijon Wright. And we'll take a look at the Milwaukee offense. They were very quick on first down. We already talked about Churchill and Henderson, but my goodness, they're just a talented group of receivers.
Talented group of receivers indeed. And then you got Rocco McLongfellow in there as the running back, the rookie out of Citadel. I mean, he could definitely run the football even in this pass-happy offense.
One up the middle, and how about that? Just when we were thinking, you know, might they have to go to a tailback? They do this time. It's Avery Tigner who gets the call, the backup tailback.
And a good hole up front there, good blocking. Got through the linebacker initially, almost had some extra yardage there, but a good run there for the first run of the ball game for the Stags.
Let's go now. 10-2 start.
3rd down here for Wiseman and the Stags. Early doors yet, handoff again denied at the line of scrimmage. McLongfellow could not escape the tackle of Evan Allen.
Yeah, and Allen was actually the one in there that had an opportunity to bring down the back of just a play ago. This time had smooth sailing right up the middle, unblocked it seemed. Just timed it perfectly, filled the hole, exactly what you're supposed to do as a linebacker, enforcing the 4th down.
So after an impressive first drive, Milwaukee stalls here on their second. The punt is away. Milwaukee unable to turn the turnover into points. Brandon Cutter's punt lands inside the 12. It's hauled in. Not fair catch, surprisingly enough, but that is where Shanahan and company will take over, and only 2 passes thrown, both caught. Might want to forget about that second pass.
Yeah, definitely, and good job by the Herds defense, preventing them from getting any points off of that turnover.
Handoff left sides, and this time it's Timmy Millsap, only able to muster up a yard before being tackled by Sheed.
We're going to see what Houston does here. If they're going to stick with this kind of run-heavy option, or are they going to go to the air a little bit more?
Back to the ground game and an eye, and going backward. Getting in the backfield in a hurry was the right outside linebacker, Amorius Burns. And that takes him back a yard.
And he saw it right away. No one was blocking him at all. Fourth-year man out of Ohio State coming in there, making the stop. And again, unblocked. Really no chance for DJ to get out of the backfield there.
Safety creeps up on the weak side of Shanahan. Look for a blitz coming that way. Quick hitter. Oh my goodness, into triple coverage. Nearly hauled in. But the hit jars the ball free. Credit Kesnick Ross on Lawson. And that will bring the Houston drive to a close.
And Lawson's a big body tight end. 6'4", 257, veteran guy, 10 seasons in the league. You kind of rely on him to make catches like that, even through triple coverage and a big hit, but Milwaukee fortunate to jar the football loose.
Hunt is away, and now Milwaukee can have another chance. Oh, what a move! Another juke and extra yards for Lucas Ryan. An impressive 11-yard return.
Will set Milwaukee up with nice field position here. Just about midfield. Good opportunity to get within field goal range and add some points.
Like that. Fergus Scotch Henderson there on the run. Oh, look at that. Jet sweep right side. Looking for more room, but unable to get past anyone. Henderson again on the give. We take a look at the D-line for Houston.
And we talked about DeAndre Lawson playing in his first game tonight. Drew Dizzy, the right outside linebacker, number 57, playing in his first game tonight. And then you got Mike Denali back there at strong safety as well. We talked about the safeties for Milwaukee, and Houston's got a good one in Denali as well.
That slot, 2nd and 5. This will be a true run through the middle, and a better run this time for McLongfellow. Compared to his first run, he'll gain 2 this time around. And he'll bring up another 3rd down. Milwaukee 0 of 1 on 3rd down in this game so far. Wiseman, the good pocket, looking near side, caught and running out of bounds. Dijon Wright up to the 28-yard line. A good pitch and catch.
And I like the decision to go for the pass on 3rd and 3 there. Obviously, the running attack having some difficulties, especially in the short yardage. And you see Wright just absolutely wide open, comes back to the football, had plenty of space to move, and he extends the drive for the Stags.
What a playmaking ability. The O-line allowing the quarterback to just sit back there just a little bit longer time for Wiseman to communicate with Wright to get that extra space. Get him moving upfield. This pass, oh, caught!
Wow.
Off the deflection! Mike Churchill! He was 3 behind the league leader, Warren Murray, in terms of touchdowns. Now he's just 1 behind after 2 in the first half.
And just a great play on the ball by the defensive back to tip it, coming back behind him. That's Tyrone Lofton. Just unfortunate that it tips it right into Churchill's hands for his 2nd touchdown of the evening. What a play.
My goodness, if you're a Houston fan, you got to be like, our defender was in the right area. He did almost everything he possibly could have done, but also Churchill was there in the right place at the right time to get his 2nd touchdown of the night. And quickly here in the first quarter, it's 14-0 Stags over Herd.
And we've got fireworks early here, Tyler, and Milwaukee, I mean, maybe they caught the game night before hitting the field for prime time. Maybe they saw that, Motor City, they ended up losing a close one, so now they've got an opportunity to get themselves back in the division standings. Again, hit that halfway point. Now's about the time where you want to start building momentum for the playoffs. You want to start to make that playoff push, and right now, Milwaukee, they've got all the momentum.
It's going to be tough to catch Cincinnati in that Great East, Great Lakes division, currently sitting at 6-3. A win here could only put them just about 2 behind the division leaders. And with a win, they would jump up to second in the division, jumping Motor City. Now Houston, who they themselves, after not the strongest start for H-Town, it has to be said, they find themselves a game back of Phoenix, who was 5-3 coming into the week. A loss here really puts them back with Austin and El Paso, just finding and trying to figure out how to catch Phoenix in that Southwest division. As the quick hitter right side nets 5 yards.
Yeah, and a slow start this evening as well. And we've seen this at times from this Houston team. And they're going to have to find a way to get themselves back into it at home.
Play action. Shanahan looking right side, and that is caught. Antonio Boyce with a beautiful catch in contested coverage. First down, Herd.
Yeah, and that's a great way to do it. I mean, you see him wide open just on a little bit of a post route. High points the football, and, DeAndre Lawson, I mean, again, we talked about it. He's 6'4", 257. I mean, he is a huge target for the Herd out there.
On the right side. Here this time for Simeon. He's only going to gain about 5 yards. Second down, I formation here for Houston. The wide receivers right, though, running the opposite direction here. Great blocking here from the Herd. Simeon with nothing but space, 10+ yards on the carry.
Tough on defense on those type of plays, because as the linebacker, you're trying to set the edge. It just looked like the defender for Milwaukee just went a little bit too far, and that was what sprung DJ free a little bit. All it took was just the one clean block there from the fullback, Ben Hess, and off he went. Good run there for Houston.
Wide, spread eye, and blitz coming, and they pick up the run brilliantly. Nothing that Simeon could do about it. Gang tackled by members of the Stags. Troy Mills in on amongst others.
Yeah, and Mills was actually the linebacker who kind of miffed the play just a little bit ago on sealing that edge, making up for it on this one here. And again, we're seeing that Houston's offensive line having trouble, having difficulty with manning up and finding these guys, these extra guys that are coming in, and they're able to sniff out the run pretty easily.
Going here from Shanahan, second and long coming up as he will look to pass. Middle, caught on the crossing route. DR Simeon, first down up to the 27 for Houston.
And DR Simeon, he's listed at number 3 on the wide receiver depth chart, but man, he is a playmaker. And when they get him in these packages, he's the guy that Shanahan wants to go to and wants to get the ball to. So great job there by DR getting open, holding on to the football, and hey, look at that. Houston's got themselves a nice drive.
Tallest, largest receiver in this Herd receiving corps. Blitz coming here from Milwaukee. Pass over the middle, caught by Lucas Ryan. That gains another 4 yards. And Milwaukee unable to really stop the first down play from netting 4 or 5 yards. Really putting Houston into better field position tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look here from Shanahan, handoff up the middle, and spinning his way down is Millsap. Say he got past the 20-yard line. That'll set up third and short as Milwaukee now starting to really clamp up. Needs another stop here.
Houston having much better balance on this drive, though. I like the offensive play call.
Empty backfield. Blitz coming. Pass. That's caught. Backpedaling was Tyron Armstrong, the tight end, unclaimed at the end of the quarter to set up Houston with first and goal. And maybe things are looking the right way for H-Town as we approach the second quarter. Again, brilliant look back. Oh, that went from Armstrong. and set him up brilliantly. That takes us to the end of the quarter. You're watching UFL Primetime here this Friday evening. Quarter number 2 coming up your way. Milwaukee, Houston, 14-0. Welcome back to H-Town. Tyler Folk and Eric Vincent on the call. Happy to have you with us. As Shanahan goes into the gun quickly, throwing end zone, back of the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Ryan again, but he could not stay in bounds. Incomplete.
Yeah, and unlike the play ago, Tyler, Shanahan just a little bit too slow to find his open target and found him outside of the end zone.
Heavier look, maybe more suited for Houston. Play action instead. Good shot block from Simeon. Pass again. This one's caught in bounds. Touchdown, H-Town. DeAndre Lawson in his first game with a touchdown.
Career touchdown catch for DeAndre Lawson, and a beauty it is. Matched up one-on-one, I think. Just burned the defender right at the line. That was an easy pitch and catch for Shanahan.
Exactly what Houston needed to start the second quarter after giving up 14 points to Churchill in the first. Now with a score of their own, it's 14-7. Houston on the board here at home. Visit the YouTube channel of Green Gridiron, who launched a collaboration with the UFL that will bring all 32 teams to life with full-size helmet replicas. It's just the first way the UFL is bringing these teams to life. They make it real, and so do all of you. For more info on all of the amazing products like Green Gridiron has to offer, visit greengridiron.com. Getting an update from Commissioner and co-founder Hammond Irvine that helmets 5 through 8 are under construction now. Who those 5 through 8 teams are? Maybe Cameron Irvine can jump on here in a little bit and tell us who these teams are. Or maybe it's still a secret, but did see the podcast that revealed all 5. Yeah, come on here. Yeah, let's talk about the next 4 lucky teams that get a helmet.
Hey guys, yeah, we're super excited. The next 4 teams.
Yes, quite intriguing. Quite intriguing. Thank you. Well, I guess just like all of us, we'll have to wait for more, but what we have to wait for more of, and what we can wait for more, is more Mike Churchill catches and possibly touchdowns here, Eric.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's been absolutely electric here tonight. 2 touchdowns already, looking to get more.
Flip out near side. That one is caught by Henderson. Means nothing this time as Houston let everything come up in front of them and made the tackle.
And I was just about to talk about Green Gridiron, and if you watch the YouTube video, it's almost like, let's make a deal. You know, you're lifting boxes, only there were no zonks. It was just all fantastic. And then co-founder Cameron Irvine comes in there and gives us a big fat zonk.
No whammies. Stop!
Different game, but I'm picking up what you get. I'm picking up what you put out.
Yep. Is it who's line anyway where the points are made up and score doesn't matter?
Well, certainly not here.
Oh, there we go. Well, the points do matter here. Milwaukee's out in front 7-0. A quick 2-yard pass goes just about where you expect, and now it's 3rd and 8 as Houston's defense starting to rely a bit more in coverage, doing a great job here the first couple plays. Now playing man on the outside, play action. Pass for Wiseman is caught on the run. Churchill again. He is going off tonight. He flips the field all the way down to Houston's 21.
Gracious. I mean, Churchill, like you said, he is going off. Look at how wide open he is on his route. And he's just abusing these corners out there, even on routes where, like, he's not running the best route or he's not the most open. He somehow gets his hands on the football and makes plays. And he's just continuing to do that early on tonight. Houston's going to have to make some adjustments.
Lined up to the left side of Adam Wiseman. They'll try and run that direction. No, another play action. Wiseman again going to target over the middle. That's caught near the 5-yard line. Dallas Wright, team's leading tight end, gets him to 1st and goal.
And Wiseman doing a great job with finding the open man. It just happens to usually be Churchill or Scorch, but finally finds another target here in Dallas Wright. And that sets them up with a goal-to-go situation. Just when Houston was thinking they were going to get themselves back into this thing, Milwaukee stomping their foot on the gas.
Wiseman 8 of 9, make it 9 of 10. Churchill down at the 2. Wow, for over 190 yards, and we're barely into the second quarter.
And Churchill's got 144 of them. That's what's the bonkers part about this offense so far tonight.
Could be looking at a historic night here for Churchill. Handoff, middle, diving, touchdown. Rocco McLongfellow puts Milwaukee up by 2 scores again.
Yeah, McLongfellow, this was set up wonderfully here. His 4th touchdown of the season. Just goes right through that arm tackle right at the line of scrimmage, dives into the end zone for good measure. And Milwaukee is looking to be up 2 scores once again.
Reed out to tack home the extra point. Step spot kick is up, but it is good. 21-7 Milwaukee. They're sauntering, cantering right now at the moment. Full speed ahead. Seemingly almost nothing Houston can do to stop this aerial assault.
And I guarantee you that Milwaukee came into this ball game. They looked at what the record said, and they were like, that doesn't reflect us. That doesn't reflect us. We've got too many playmakers on this team for us to be a below 500 team. This is a big, crucial matchup against a dangerous Houston Herd team in their house. We're going south to Texas to take these guys on. And, man, have they answered the bell early on.
We are back and underway. This one going to go to the back of the end zone, down for a knee. There's no further part of the return as Houston will trot back out of the field. Adam Wiseman gets a chance to break, while Ronnie Shanahan gets a chance to try and emulate what Wiseman's been able to do. It's going to take a lot here tonight. Flank jet sweep, handoff left side. DJ Simeon with a good run. That's a gain of about 12 on first down.
And that might be what Houston has to do, is just add a few little wrinkles in this offense, a little bit of eye candy, faking the jet sweep, just keeping it on the ground, little read option play from Shanahan to Simeon, and DJ just doing the rest, keeping his legs moving, getting some extra yards.
Can't stay one-dimensional. I agree, mixing it up a little bit. Even if the run game is your calling card, you got to be able to come up with different looks, different schemes, different types of runs to make the defense continue to guess. That's another good run for 7 yards. 19 yards in total already on the drive here for Simeon.
And what that does is it sets it up for future run plays. Even if it's a quote-unquote vanilla run play, it sets it up nicely to get more yardage like this.
How about that? Simeon's going to be knocked down about a yard shy, but it's the same formation from the first down play there, Eric, but they go a different direction with a different type of blocking scheme.
And honestly, truly, DJ probably had the opportunity to get more yards. Milwaukee just doing a nice job clamping that hole shut.
Little zone blocking scheme, and DJ is able to find the hole eventually, crosses midfield, picks up the first down, and starting to come alive is this Houston rushing attack.
That was a good patient run by DJ, just putting a hand in the back of his offensive lineman, letting him know, hey, I'm right here. Get us going, man. Come on. Just keep moving those legs. Give me a little bit of extra space, and there he goes.
Come on, set. 70.
High formation.
Go.
Here for Houston.
Get it.
For look out of Milwaukee as Simeon this time tries to do the same thing we did on third down, or this time it's Millsap, that only goes for a yard, and he can't get out of his own blocker before he's brought down.
Yeah, Millsap not having nearly as much success in this rushing attack as DJ currently.
Their I formation here for Shanahan. Another run right side. Millsap this time with a little bit extra speed inside the 20-yard line. A good run this time for Millsap, his best of the game after 14 yards after contact.
Spoke too soon, because that absolutely was his best run of the evening, and great blocking up front. I mean, look at that. There wasn't anyone within 5 to 7 yards of him, slips the first defender, and gets himself and his team into the red zone.
Good little move on Cruz to get him free just a little bit more.
On the double.
Now inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Come Houston. And they go blow for blow. Hand off again, right side. Simeon out of a tackle and close to the line to gain a mark of maybe a half a yard shy. But he looks ready to go. He's trying to drag Houston, kicking and screaming back into this game.
Lower shoulders, bowed the shoulders against Ross there, able to get a couple extra yards.
Blitz coming, hand off the middle, and Simeon taking a defender for a ride inside the 5, first and goal.
Over 100 rushing yards tonight. Not normally a rushing team, but doing a nice job keeping balance in this offense, trying to go back to a 1-score deficit.
Cover 2 man out there. They'll go run again with Simeon through the middle, and he's clogged up at the 2-yard line.
This is going to be tough here in this goal-to-go area, especially with the way Milwaukee's defense likes to play this run.
Well, misdirection, and Millsap can't get out of the tackle. The line crashing in. Jarius Cunningham in on the stop, but it's 3rd and goal for the 5.
And that's where the running game gets so difficult here in these goal-to-go situations. It shortens the field. It doesn't give the defense a whole lot of options as far as, you know, where they're going. It's just one area that you really have to worry about, and it's up the middle.
Another heavy look here on 3rd and goal. Blitz coming, play action, pass back in the end zone. It is incomplete, bobbled at least 3 times. Houston gonna have to settle for a field goal.
Man, and early on, that play looked like it was going to be a score. But, I mean, look at Cruz. Again, he's already got 1 interception tonight. He was playing center field perfectly on that play. Almost came up with number 2.
See the balance of plays, 30 plays all told, 19 of them been runs. When Shanahan's been called, it's been hit or miss for the most part. They do end up with 3 points here on this drive, but just gotta wonder. The running game has got them downfield, but with a high-flying pass attack from Milwaukee, can the defense hold them in a spot that Houston can recover from? Can the offense catch up to this defense?
Well, and that's the question. You know, Houston's defense is going to have to step up. They're going to have to make some plays and probably going to have to turn the football over in order to keep themselves in the ball game, because right now Milwaukee's passing attack is just firing on all cylinders. They are cruising down the field. I think they've had 1 punt tonight so far.
We're back underway. Run from the right side. No. Turn stopped at the 22-yard line from Hibble. That is where Milwaukee will take over for their next drive. It's been a very good night for Mike Churchill. 5 catches, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's on pace for close to a 300-yard performance. Wiseman gonna look to pass, looking underneath, caught. That one good for about 8.
Early advantage in the total yards, 210 to 163, advantage Milwaukee. Again, they've been looking much, much better offensively than Houston has. Houston finally finding a little bit of life here, but Milwaukee just doing anything that they want against this herd defense currently.
I think Longfellow on the last reception as the clock ticks ever closer to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Wiseman again on the gun, flip out near side, wide open receiver, and out of bounds quickly goes Scorch.
Great catch by Scorch. And again, that's exactly why you have plays like those in your playbook for guys like him that can go ahead and hit 0 to 60 in the blink of an eye.
Watch Churchill near side. Wiseman stepping back. He's going to look over the middle this time. Caught. First down for Dijon Wright. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Milwaukee looking to go into half, up by 3 scores. They need a touchdown to do it. Can Houston hold on and make it respectable to end the half? Welcome back to Houston. Tyler Falk and Eric Vincent on the call. Great to have your company here this Friday evening. What a way to start your weekend with some UFL football. Pass. Caught on the run, Churchill. Crunched at the 31-yard line. Seemingly untouched, unguardable at the moment.
And it comes down to Wiseman, too. Wiseman just making very smart, crisp decisions with the football. He has not had a game this season where he's completed over 80%. Right now, he's 13 of 14 in the first half, and he is just throwing the ball all over the yard. This is such a crucial possession here for Houston because they do get the football to start the second half. If they're able to stop Milwaukee and get a score, then score in the second half, it's a completely different ball game.
Wiseman with time, stepping back in the pocket. The time running out. Floater right side. It is incomplete. Nearly picked off by Elijah Blades.
And probably the first bad decision we've seen Wiseman make. He felt the pressure coming in his lap. There's no reason to throw the football. You know you're not going to be able to get your whole body into it. Had to get rid of that one.
Press coverage. Wash out for the receivers, except they play over the zone in a cover one. And it's a cover one catastrophe for Milwaukee. And the Houston Herd come up with a big-time interception over the middle. That's Mike Denali.
Yeah, Mike Denali. I mean, there were 2 guys in the area. I'm not sure if Wiseman just didn't see him or what the situation was. But, I mean, there were 2 different guys there that had an opportunity at the football. Just 2 bad decisions in a row there for Wiseman. And Denali's got himself his first pick of the season.
I think there's a bit of a commentator's curse. Like, oh, Wiseman hasn't completed over 80% of his passes. Yeah, he's doing really good right now. An incompletion and a pick on the next 2 passes. And just like that, Houston have a chance. Get within a score before the end of the half. Floater left side. That is caught near the original line of scrimmage. They'll say, in fact, he could go nowhere. Brings up 2nd and 10.
And both these teams not known for interceptions, and both of these teams getting to 6 interceptions collectively as a defense this season tonight.
Pass from the middle for Shanahan. Oh, and out of his hands after the hefty hit. DeAndre Lawson could not maintain possession. Wow.
Yeah, and that was a big hit. That was a crunch on the back end there by Marvin Sheed, unclaimed outside linebacker.
Adam, you're right on the last interception, looking like Brett Favre in the 09 NFC Championship game. Don't remind me how well that went. Empty backfield. Nothing but Shanahan back there. He's going to look to pass. He gets it out in time, but couldn't put enough muscle on it as he's being hauled to the turf. And just like that, the Houston drive falters again, and they will have to punt again.
Yeah, and that was Charles Green getting in there, getting off his block, just working through it the entire way. Great job. Gets to the quarterback just a fraction too late, but forces the ill-advised throw and forces the punt.
Punt is away from Houston. No fair catch called for. In fact, actually, it was called off screen. Scorch in on the catch, and Milwaukee will have another shot at it. Minute 14 to go here in the first half. Longfellow not having too much of a busy day. He's not known for getting too active, especially in this spread look offense. And seemingly here, Wiseman will look to throw again. We'll try and throw right side underneath. That's caught. Minimal gain. And they'll try and hustle back the line. Dallas right in on the catch. 10-second runoff here in the UFL. No spikes. Wiseman again will look to throw. Stepping back, looking over the middle. That is caught. Another first down. That's Churchill again on another reception. That's a first down as they call a timeout.
Yeah, and if you're Houston, you're wondering, man, why couldn't we take advantage of that interception on that last drive? Because again, we were talking about it. Score before the end of the half, get the football, score to start the next half. You're right back in this ball game.
That's tight end. No, and 2 bites at the cherry. But Jay Ballman, third string tight end, just could not maintain concentration.
Yeah, undrafted rookie just couldn't quite reel that one in, but it gives Milwaukee an opportunity to reset here with 35 seconds to go in the half.
We're wide. Wiseman stepping back, getting rid of it. That is caught by Wright. Short of the line of gain. Another timeout called for Milwaukee. This third down play. It's going to have to go at least 6 yards, but if they want to get in field goal range, they got to get at least 10, 15 here on this play and get out of bounds.
Yeah, and again, crucial down for this Houston defense. They can force a stop here. That'll be huge.
Or wide. Here for Wiseman. Looking to throw. Deep over the middle. Caught on the run. Out of a tackle and still falling forward inside the 20 is right. It looked like Houston was double guarding Churchill on the left, right, all alone.
Wiseman almost has 300 yards in just the first half. That's absolutely mind-boggling. Like this passing offense has been electric. I mean, aside from 1 or 2 mistakes there from Wiseman, this has been fantastic.
Final timeout called here by Milwaukee. They'll trot out the field goal unit to make this a 14-point game before we hit half, but it has to be said, this Milwaukee offense, is it running with Stags, prancing with Stags, Stags galore. You're not going to find any of these Stags heads up on a trophy wall. They want a trophy. So it seems. They want to get back to at least 500. That field goal is up, and it is good. 24-10 with 2 ticks to go here in the first half. A 14-point lead for Milwaukee.
Really gives the feel that Milwaukee should be up by 50 at this point. I mean, the fact that it's only a 2-score game, it's kind of wild. And Houston, hats off to them. They're doing what they need to do to keep themselves above water for right now. But a lot is going to be told to us here by the second half and how they come out with the football.
So maybe one more chance here for Houston. Maybe some special teams magic here from Blades. Except he'll take a knee down his own end zone. We might see Houston come up with one more play here on offense before we head to the locker room. Shanahan gonna step up. He's gonna uncork it at the last second. He's just gonna check it down near side. Flag does come in here in the last second. Illegal touching, however, on Houston. That will bring the quarter and half to a close. Millsap went out of bounds, came back inside, loss of down, loss of time. And that should be that. Indeed it is. Here in the first half, 24-10, led by Churchill, who already has here, Eric, the 9th most receiving yards in a game, and we've only gone through one half of play. This kid is special.
No kidding. And Milwaukee, their offense is about as one-dimensional as you could possibly get, and yet Houston is just having difficulty slowing them down in the least bit. I mean, I mentioned Wiseman, 294 yards passing in one half, almost a 300 burger in one half. And there's still 2 more quarters to go. Got to see how Houston responds here. Like I said, what they show us here to start this next half, that will dictate how the game moves forward.
Will Houston recover? Will Milwaukee prance into the night? You're about to find out when we come back. This is the UFL on the Virtual Football Network.
This presentation of the UFL is intended for the private use of our audience. Any accounts or descriptions of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Welcome back to UFL Primetime on VFN. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Eric Vincent. It's Friday Night Lights, UFL style, as we're back underway for Week 9. Houston on the return, Blaze trying to bounce it out back to the middle of the field. Taken down near the hash marks at the 22-yard line. And the good news here, Eric, is that Houston does get the ball to start the half, and they can get back to their style of football, which is running the ball, which they've had some pretty decent success here tonight as a team.
Yeah, most definitely. But it's definitely been a bit of an up and down half for Houston as well. Some good plays on defense, some good plays on offense, but a 2-touchdown deficit.
And off through the middle here for Millsap. Was able to gain 4 here on the first play of the scrimmage.
And Milwaukee's defense doing a nice job with cutting down the passing attack. Did a good job in the first quarter against the rushing attack, but Houston doing a little bit better job with the blocking up front here.
Millsap trying to work his way back the middle of the field, ending up paying for it. A hefty hit by Kobe Carnes. Waters in there as well. I'll close out that first half. That Milwaukee offense got the last 111 yards in total. Really nothing Houston can do for it. And here in the beginning of the second half, early doors, this Milwaukee defense trying to hold them to no yards.
Looks like the Stags might send pressure here on this 3rd and long.
The blitz coming, picked off, the pressure forces a bad throw, and it's gonna go all the way back. The defense gets in on the party. Pick 6 for Milwaukee.
Kesnick Ross with the interception, unclaimed cornerback for the Milwaukee Stags, just jumping the route there, reading the quarterback's eyes, and he had reservations for 6 written all over that one. Great play. Look at that. Stepped right in front of Ryan, high points the football, and turns on the next gear to find the end zone.
Second interception of the game for Shanahan, and at home you really don't want to be looking at yourself and being down, especially in front of your home crowd. But Milwaukee, punching above what the paper record says. This team catching fire at the right time and doing a really good job already, extending the lead now to 21 over Houston. Solid day's work so far.
Yeah, and I told you, Tyler, start the second half. What we saw from Houston, that'll probably dictate how the rest of the ball game is going to progress moving forward. And if that's the case, then man, Houston's going to be in for a long rest of the evening because Milwaukee is just doing everything right tonight.
Milwaukee, they've had, again, they've started 3-4. It's been to some pretty decent teams that they've lost to. Cincinnati, the division leaders here early in the season. They lost to Dakota, a very strong team. We're in New Orleans when they took the loss, and they lost to St. Louis at home. That's their 4 losses. Their wins: Chicago, at Motor City, and a Chicago again. They've gotten over Chicago twice, but now it's games like this where you've got similar level in terms of teams where you have to show the rest of the league that you can play this tough, and the defense again giving no quarter, no gain on the first down run.
And I mean, hey, look, you can only play out the games that are on your schedule. You as a team don't dictate your own schedule. So early on, really, it looked like you played the tough teams tough. Oh, what a catch.
Wow, high pointing the football. Hello, Noe Terrazas, first catch of the game. Second catch of the game, check that.
Yeah, Shanahan hit as he's thrown, or hit as he's throwing the football. And Terrazas, a nice job in one-on-one coverage, just able to moss the defender here. Sees it right away. Corner's not looking back. Great job with securing the football and making the big play here for Houston.
Just when the passing game gets going. Now they're back here to a heavy-looking run. Pitch, left side. Good blocking. DJ Simeon down the left sideline. Past the 40. Chopped down to the 39. And you can see the numbers there. Simeon closing on 100 yards. And if they can just get more of these explosive runs, baby, you'd think they'd be able to compete head for head at the moment.
Yeah, and that's what Houston is going to have to do on offense, is create those type of run plays where it's a hat-on-hat, blocker against defender, and your guys win out. And DJ's a talented back. He'll do the rest.
Simeon trying to get around to the edge, but chopped down from behind by Kobe Carnes, who's been quite active tonight. 2 tackles and involved in a whole bunch of pressures.
50, plant.
2 wideouts, right eye formation behind Shanahan. 1 second and 8. They go with another run. Simeon again tackled from behind. It's Cash Cruz, who had a pick earlier in the game, comes up with the tackle near behind the line here on 2nd down.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
Crucial 3rd and 8 here in opponent's territory, outside of field goal range. Got to have it.
Thought receiver was uncovered for the moment, but it's not going to matter. DR Simeon down to the 5-yard line. Found space in between the safety and the corner and hauls that one in.
2-yard catch for DR Simeon. You saw him just streaking right down the hash marks, working back towards the middle of the field. Great eyes by Shanahan to spot him and to throw him the football in a good spot, setting up a 1st and goal.
They go back. Here for Shanahan. Quick football left side. Caught Terrazas! Touchdown, Houston! Oh my goodness, the ball got there just at the right time, and Terrazas with a brilliant move gets in for 6.
And you held your breath on that one, didn't you? Poppy Coles actually had a good beat on that ball. Terrazas just doing a better job with catching the football, locating it, and then finding his way into the end zone for the Houston score.
And Houston's on the board for the first time in the half. Snap spot kick is up, and it is good. Now they cut that lead, only down by 14 now, 31-17. For UFL schedule, standings, stats, rankings, and more, visit the league website at UFL.football and claim your player today. You can help your favorite team succeed there too by just being a fan and declaring your fandom. UFL.football, the official home of everything UFL. So we're coming into tonight's game here, Eric. We were looking at the uniform matchups, and I gotta say, it's a very unique matchup. Horns for Houston, Antlers for Milwaukee. Both teams really trying to lead with the head, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, headgear on headgear is what we're getting from both of these teams, between the Antlers and the Horns. And it's very fascinating to watch, and obviously very appealing to the eye as well.
And I really think it kind of speaks to how these two teams play, right? You look at Houston. They're gonna give them the horn. They're gonna lower their head and play tough football and run the football. Milwaukee, so many different angles of attack through the air. And here's Wiseman to try and illustrate that pass near side. Oh, nearly picked. Wow, looked like, could have been a pick. I think that was Jerry Morton near side.
He's been picked on a lot tonight, probably because of his frame. He's only 5'8", playing corner tonight.
Here comes a rare run from Longfellow. It's 5th of the game, 3 yards.
3rd and 7, and it might be the turning point that Houston needs here in this ball game.
Wiseman looking for a screen. He just has to kill it. In a very good stand from Houston's defense, they quickly usher Milwaukee's offense off the field.
Like I said, Tyler, what was that Peyton Manning jingle? Epic comeback starts right here. Might be that time.
Hey, we've seen 21-plus comebacks before. In all facets of sports, you cannot rest on your laurels. And Houston doing a good job here to begin the half. And a brilliant punt from Milwaukee. Will be down at the 6-yard line. Tip of the cap to Brandon Cutter, who's going to pin Houston deep in their own end.
Great backspin on that. Good kick upward, killing the momentum of the ball inside the 10-yard line. And Houston's going to have their work cut out for him. Shanahan, he's bounced back in a big way here following that interception, that pick six, to open up the second half.
Tailback is going to stand in his own end zone. Need a late handoff up the middle. Simeon lowering his shoulder and picking up the first down. Backed up no more.
And he's hit the 100-yard mark. He's hit the century mark, and that was a good run there by DJ. Good play call as well. Blocking up front, superb. DJ doing a little extra work over the middle of the field, lowering the shoulder, dispatching Ross. Great run to start the drive.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. Number 53. Mike 53.
Breeze looking down from the safety spot, coming in, trying to play a little bit of run support, but Simeon cutting it back inside, picking up first down yardage up to the 22-yard, or 5 yards on first down.
See how long Houston wants to keep in this run-heavy facet of their offense.
Play action now here from Shanahan, looking middle. That is caught up to near the 45-yard line. Good catch by Lucas Ryan as Houston continued to charge down the field.
And that's what Houston's been doing here tonight, is that they've been working the middle of the field when they're not running the football, and they've been having some success against this Milwaukee defense. Not a great passing defense for the Stags. And Houston finding a little bit of success, like I said, working that middle of the field when they're not running the football.
Three wide left. Pump fake. Now going to look for a run. That's Simeon. It throws the defenders just in time for Shanahan to connect. Third reception of the game for DR.
And what a throw that was by Shanahan. I mean, he had to pinpoint this football. Great pump fake to freeze the defense for a hot second. But that wasn't an easy throw to DR either. I mean, he had a little bit of separation, but Shanahan was able to find him along that far sideline there for a big play.
Set. Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
Bunch left here on first down at the 40-yard line.
Ready.
Little drive here for Houston. Ron cutting it back. EJ Simeon for another 10-yard gain. Keep the chain gang moving.
Now up to over 5 yards, almost 6 yards a clip is DJ. And we've seen this tonight. You know, Milwaukee, they played the run game well in the first quarter or so, quarter and a half of play. But since then, Houston has been finding their blocks. They have been fighting off these Stag defenders, and they are finding success in the run game.
Run through the middle. Simeon trying again to get an extra block. Carnes there and another crucial tackle. He's been around the middle of the field for all three of his tackles tonight.
Ready. 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
High formation now for H-Town. Play action. Flip out left side, cut on the run. Lucas Ryan, touchdown. Houston on a 14-point swing. Now back within a score.
Absolutely perfect drive here from Houston. They utilized the run game. They used it as a weapon. And then as soon as they sensed that Milwaukee was going to kind of bite a little bit more on the run and try and stop the success that they're having with these 5-6 yard carries, they go to the play action, they work the middle of the field, and on this one, they just work the pylon. And Ryan is able to find the end zone, and we got ourselves a ball game, folks.
Man, and just like that, we're bringing Cameron Irvine here in a second because I want to get his thoughts on the ability of these teams to, I mean, we talk about second half adjustments, right, Eric? And we talk about, you know, do teams really make it here in the UFL? Do they really make those adjustments? It really looks like Houston has.
Yeah, it definitely has so far. And I'd be eager to hear what old Cam has to say about that, because it certainly seems that Houston has made some adjustments. and it's absolutely incredible so far. It looks like Cam's ready to come in.
50 plays already for Houston's offense. Come on, and Kip. Houston has done a great job to begin this second half.
Yeah, what you're looking for in playbooks is, enough variety to where you are giving the AI the ability to adjust, but also enough condensement of your game plan so that you're not running things that are not suited for your roster, right? You don't want to be running everything in the sun because not everything is going to work for you as a team, but you also don't want it to be so constrictive that the game can't adjust. Essentially, once we get to halftime, it analyzes all the plays that either worked or didn't work in the half and then tries to deviate from what didn't work and go to a little bit more of what worked. So right now, Houston is showing their diversity offensively, and giving Milwaukee a test, and we'll see how Milwaukee responds in this third quarter because Houston's defense has been all over him too.
Thank you, Cam. Only 4 plays now for Milwaukee's offense. They have gone stone cold to be in the half. Needs something to happen here on only their second drive. Play action. Wiseman, flip out, caught behind the line. A loss again of 1. Here comes Houston's defense. Elijah Blades on the tackle.
Yeah, their defense has been playing extremely well here in the third quarter, and we're seeing it there. Good open field tackles, forcing Wiseman to go to the check down. No downfield plays that we've seen to Churchill and company. And now it's a 3rd and long here. Now's where you got to buckle down.
Wiseman with time on corks this one. Deep downfield, caught by Churchill! Oh my word! 76 yards! Churchill with a hat trick, and just like that ties the league lead in touchdown receptions.
There's just absolutely nothing that you can do on a play like that. I mean, I feel bad for the defender there because he plays Churchill perfectly. Tyrone Lofton in coverage on that one, and Churchill just plays it better. You just tip your cap to him because, man, oh man, there just wasn't anything different that Lofton could have done on that play. Churchill just made an incredible jump ball play.
I couldn't put it better myself. Hey, screw it. Churchill's down there somewhere. My goodness. First receiver in UFL history to have 3 touchdowns in 2 different games. 2 hat tricks for Churchill, and it's a 14-point lead for Milwaukee.
And now if you're Houston, you've got to respond again. You got to answer the bell because right now you've been hovering around that 14-point deficit pretty much all game long, give or take a touchdown. And Milwaukee's making plays. There's nothing you can do about that when another team is just out there making plays despite your best efforts, But the Herder, they're doing well here in the third quarter. Whole other quarter to go. Their offense has to keep it up.
We are set to go again. Houston gonna have to look to respond again. Blades just steps out of the back of the end zone. Down by 14. They need another good drive. And DJ Simeon has done pretty well. 21 rushing yards here tonight. They can still rely on his rushing prowess. Still plenty of time left in the football game to continue running your offense. They'll try it here. Right side, minimal gain.
And that's what's been successful for them in this offense is getting those 4, 5, 6 yard plays. Keep running the football and then catch Milwaukee with their pants down and go play action for a deep shot.
Pulling tight end could not help him out. Another tackle. It's back-to-back tackles on back-to-back plays for Carnes.
So now it's a 3rd and 7. Still opens the playbook up a little bit, but more of an obvious passing situation. How does Houston play this one?
It's coming. Pass and coverage looking for Ryan, incomplete. Right place, right time. It was Ross who had a pick earlier. Sets up 4th down.
Yeah, and it wasn't a bad matchup. It was one-on-one. Just didn't place the football where you needed to. And Ryan couldn't come up with the catch. So now it's a punt, and Houston's defense going to have to go back out there pretty quickly.
We're just going to try and send this one deep, and it'll be hauled in. 26-yard line. That is where Milwaukee will set up shop for this next possession. A big-time reception from the man you see there, Mike Churchill. 252 yards in just under 3/4 of play. A special night for a special player. Blitz coming from Houston. Wiseman, that one's knocked away. Wiseman looking for the tight end, Dallas Wright.
Yeah, Evan Allen steps in front of the pass there. I don't think Wiseman saw him on that one. He's beneficial there to have that one back.
Fullback dive. Oh, fullback's got some space and some speed. Stephen James from Ohio State with a great gain.
And just going back to Churchill, Tyler, I mean, he's 2 yards away from the UFL record. 254 yards was set by Motor City's James Walters, and he's got a quarter to do it.
He's only the 2nd player in UFL history to go over 215 in a game. Looking for this one, but this one is picked off. Not this time. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Tyrone Lofton comes up with a pick.
The same exact play, only Lofton is able to bow up and actually make the play this time. Good ball there by Wiseman, one-on-one coverage, but Lofton just plays it better than Churchill this time. Comes back to it. Man, that is impressive defensive coverage right there.
That's also having what we call goldfish member. He got beat on that play just a drive ago. For him to go out and make that type of a catch on the guy that mossed you earlier and putting his offense back on the field, albeit at the 3-yard line, still very impressive. And Shanahan going to take play action. He's going to stand in his own end zone. Time is running out. Passing left side, wide open. Hello, DeAndre Lawson. He could have made a phone call in a phone booth, gotten out of the phone booth, and still had time to catch that football.
And probably still had time to fish for quarters in his couch in order to make that call. I mean, no one is within 20 yards of him. How is that? Oh, wow. I'm flabbergasted by that one.
Even that much space when you're back at the 3-yard line, and there's just the front four going after him, and they can't get by. That's excellent play from the Houston O-line to keep Shanahan up in the pocket. Another pass coming. Shanahan, good protection, going to try and tuck it and run toward the near sideline, cutting it back to the numbers and down. After a gain of 9, it'll be 2nd and 1 as we enter the 4th quarter, down by 14, 38-24. Can the herd come back, or the Stags stand tall? You're watching UFL football on BFN. Tyler Falk and Eric Vinson here for UFL Primetime. Great to have you along with us here for the conclusion of Week 9. Shanahan stepping back, going back to the track, to the wall, to the ground. First sack of the game for Carnes.
And this is just a great job by Kobe Carnes. I mean, just keeps working. He never gets free until the very last second when he's right in Shanahan's lap. That is effort there from your edge rusher. And that was a huge loss. 12 yards that Houston took on that sack.
60 Pittsburgh. Line 54. Let's go, D.
3rd and 13 now for Houston. And hand pass middle. DR Sam, can he reach for it? Yes, he can. 13 yards and a first down to keep the drive alive.
And those are the type of plays that you see out of DR Simeon. I mean, he is just an effort guy. leans forward with the football to give himself just a little bit extra and just enough to keep the chains going.
Ready. 91.
Good look again here for Shanahan. A little bit more pace in his step here. Three-man rush. Shanahan looking near side. That's open. DR Simeon again getting behind the coverage for another big gainer.
And folks, settle in. Get yourself a nightcap. Get yourself some popcorn, because I don't think that this game is going to be over anytime soon. Houston is making a big case to keep themselves in this ball game. Their offense coming to life, and they're doing a nice job collectively against Milwaukee's offense defensively, let alone from one big play from Churchill.
And for the first time tonight, Houston have more offensive yards than Milwaukee. Flip out left side. Millsap on the screen. A first down, pitch and catch. Houston to the 22.
Plenty of time on the clock as well to overcome a 2-touchdown deficit, especially when you're starting to seize the momentum and feel it on your side of the football field.
On empty, flip out underneath. That is caught. Short gain for Millsap. They'll give him 4.
And I like the approach that Houston is taking offensively as well. They're not taking any unnecessary risks. They're understanding the game situation right now.
With a run through the middle. This time it's Simeon. He's only able to gain a yard. Milwaukee clogs up the hole. He's going to have to come away with another stop here with 3rd and 5. High formation here for Shanahan. They will try and go with the run. DJ Simeon, can he get this one? No. Just a half-yard shy. Cruz in on the stop, and it brings up a game-time situation in prime time. 4th and inches, over 8 minutes. Do you go for it?
How aggressive do the Herd want to be here? Do they take the points and still
Here we go.
go with some time on the clock, or do you do this?
3 wide. Hand off. First down. Good push from the O-line. And DJ Simeon just had to get to where his O-line used to stand.
And just got up to 50% conversion on 4th downs on the season. 3 for 6 now.
Heavy tight end look here for Houston. They're rushing the fullback Ben Hess over to the right. Cut back. DJ Simeon up to the 3-yard line. Stopped by Cruz. 2nd and 3 from the 3 coming up.
DJ has come to life here in the second half. You could just tell he is running a bit more freely. Opportunity to cut this down to 1 touchdown.
We didn't have a delayed handoff. DJ Simeon through the middle untouched. Houston on the board again.
Thing he was missing from his resume was that touchdown score, and he got it right there. I love the play call there. Go ahead and send the motion. Hess able to nail the good block there on Owens, who had no shot at DJ getting into the end zone. And we have a 1-score ball game.
Extra point coming up. Snap is good, spot is good, kick is good. We're back to 7 points, the difference between these two clubs. Stags just cannot put Houston away. Houston staying alive in it with a crucial 4th down conversion to keep the drive alive by DJ Simeon, who finishes off the drive with a touchdown.
And that was a gut check drive right there, Tyler. I mean, Houston, they had to go 97 yards following that amazing interception by Tyrone Lofton. They went 12 plays, 97 yards in just under 5.5 minutes to make this a 1-score game. There is still 7 minutes on the clock. They have plenty of time. And given the way that their defense has been playing here in the second half, I would not count Houston out at this point.
We're back underway. Deep kickoff. Houston's going to have the win with them crucially here, Eric, if it comes down to it, for maybe a go-ahead field goal. Milwaukee, if they have to kick the go-ahead field goal, you're going to have to get a little bit closer, but still plenty of time to think about that. Milwaukee still has a 7-point lead, just can't get rid of it. Ball security now at its most important. Wiseman will check down left side and sprinting upfield for a little extra yards. Good gain of 7 there for Longfellow.
Yeah, and a nice job there by Rocco to high point the football and locate it while he was still in bounds. A lot of times we see these backs, their momentum just carries them out to the sideline and they're not able to get any extra yardage. Does a nice job with locating the football with plenty of room to maneuver, still in bounds and picking up some much needed yardage.
Down. 60 outlaw.
We're talking about ball security, and the thing that Milwaukee's been able to do, quite successfully all season, is pass the football. They have to do it again. Wiseman looking left side. That's caught by Churchill. None other. That's the league record this season in a single game for Mike Churchill. 265.
Man, oh man, he has just been a one-man highlight reel tonight.
Watch near side. They'll go with a pitch. And plenty of room to run. Good cutback. And falling forward is Longfellow again for another Milwaukee first down.
Very wise decision there by Longfellow to cut it back inside. He sensed where the edge was being set. He knew he had blockers out there. Cut it back inside. Green grass in front of him. And a first down.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Watch the run.
Houston needs to come up with something different on defense. Late handoff through the middle. Longfellow gets punished by going through the middle. He is only able to gain 3 before being tackled down by Mike Denali.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Bunch look left side here on 2nd and 7. Clock now ticks closer to 5 minutes. Handoff middle again. Stopped in the middle again. Zach McCray. Minimal gain. 3rd down upcoming.
Under 5 to go. This is going to be a huge 3rd down here for Houston's defense.
That's the 42nd offensive play upcoming. Now for Milwaukee, empty backfield. Pass left side, and the stop route is caught by Mike Churchill. 8 more on the tally, 272.
Just absolutely unbelievable. I mean, what more can you say? I mean, that's the guy you want to go to in those situations. You empty him out, you spread him out, and Churchill just comes back to the football. Just a simple hitch route. There's nothing special really about it. But he just gets so wide open, and Wiseman wisely gets him the football.
Let's see. Mike Churchill, 6'1", 187. He's got a 5-inch difference on Jerry Morton, his opposite number. Flip ball underneath is incomplete. I'm going to miss timing, a little bit of inaccurate passing. Clock will stop with 3:54.
Starting to become the enemy here for Houston.
The 3 look out of her defense to try and go with the sweep, and it goes nowhere. Back in a lose a play. Scorch couldn't get outside of Denali. 3rd and 11 from the 32 upcoming.
Denali with the pick earlier in the game. Great play recognition there. Understanding that Scorch was going to get the football, shoots the gap. Good open field tackle. And that forces another crucial 3rd down here.
10 Tucson.
3rd down again for Milwaukee. A formation they really like to go through in this position is the empty set. Wiseman, middle, caught. 1st down to the 15-yard line. This time with the tight end right to move the chains inside the red zone.
And again, it's one of those, what more can you do? I mean, good coverage down the field. Wiseman early on had nowhere to throw the football. Receiver just shakes free, and he's able to find right for the completion and the 1st down. Keeps the drive going, keeps the clock ticking.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
Clock now being bled now at will for Milwaukee.
Ready.
Wiseman looking middle. It is caught. Touchdown. That's the 2-score lead again. Good catch from Scotch. Freedom in the end zone.
Scorch Henderson just holding on to the football for dear life here in the one-on-one coverage with Morton. His second receiving touchdown of the season, and really good coverage there on the back end. I mean, then the wherewithal to stretch it over the goal line just to be on the safe side. Great play there from Scorch.
And possibly freedom from this game, as it might be insurmountable now for Houston. This 2-score lead, unless Houston come up with something in the dying embers. This is now the most points allowed by the Houston defense this season. But for this offense, it's also the most points they've scored this season. It just comes at the cost that the defense just hasn't been able to keep Churchill, Scorch, Wright, and the rest of the Stags in control. (45-31), 14 points spread, 2 minutes 37 seconds left to go. Houston need to really be very efficient with the amount of time remaining. Taken down at the 22-yard line and no further on the return from Blades. That is where Houston will take over. UFL Week 10 brings you back-to-back nights of action around the league for the first time this season. The Week 10 slate features Wichita at Dakota, Houston at Austin, Vegas at Cincinnati, St. Louis at Fresno, and many other exciting matchups. Be on the lookout tomorrow for the latest poll to determine our next batch of primetime games. The UFL lives on at VFN. And down goes Shanahan. Carnes' his second sack of the game, up to 9.5 now on the season.
And much like his first, just an effort sack, continues to work against his man and eventually gets to Shanahan.
3 wide here for the Herd. Shanahan again going to throw, this time getting rid of it into coverage, looking for DR Simeon, who can't haul it in.
Now 3rd and 17, 2:08 to go, all 3 timeouts. But yeah, it's going to have to be something magical here for Houston.
4 wide now for Shanahan. Looking to throw. Gets rid of it in time. It's a deep ball to double coverage. It's knocked out of the hands of Lawson. Incomplete. 4th down. Gonna have to go for it if they want it.
He's had a couple of those in traffic tonight that he has not been able to hold onto. Big hit on the back end, though. Not really much of anything that you can do. Will Shackelford able to lay the lumber and jar the football loose. 4th down and ball game.
We're on 15. Shanahan down by Carnes again at the 8-yard line. 2-minute warning in the final 2 minutes of the All-Milwaukee. Carnes now over 10 sacks on the season. All 3 sacks coming his way tonight. And Milwaukee going to go play action. Wiseman looking end zone, jacked away at the last second. So they're not going to go conservative here, Eric. Crazier things have happened if they continue to go this way.
I think they just wanted the cherry on top of the sundae for Churchill there. Just go ahead and give him his 4th touchdown of the game.
Go with a run instead. Right side, Longfellow. Right side. First time out called by Houston after the 4-yard gain.
And hats off to Houston. I mean, the way that first half was going, it was looking like Milwaukee was going to win by 100. And they came out. They had a much more solid, stable 3rd quarter of play. Only downside is that Milwaukee just had the big play on their side tonight, and they had number 19 tonight.
Dags with a run. Longfellow stretches out his arm. Another touchdown for Milwaukee. That's the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it there. Longfellow, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the evening, working through defenders, diving towards the end zone. Great job there. We'll see if he crossed before his knee hit. Oh, yeah, he's clear.
And these usually you're saying, clear, we need to resuscitate someone. I mean, Houston, it's not like they've been dead at all tonight. They've had especially a very great second half, but now I think if they want to come back in this game, they're pretty much on life support for any hope and chance to get back. But right now, both teams, as it stands, will move to 4-4. Houston going down to 500, Milwaukee going up to 500. Here's what these two teams will be looking at these next couple of games. Milwaukee's going to go back home to Wisconsin. They will play Dallas before a 2-game road stretch while they go to Denver and then to Kansas to take on Wichita. For Houston, it'll be an in-state rivalry as they take on Austin before another 2-game homestand versus Tennessee and Montana. I'd say all 3 of those games are going to be kind of like games like today. Need a little something extra. Meanwhile, for Milwaukee, Dallas, another tough team on the Stag schedule. Denver 1-7. Denver's still trying to figure things out. Wichita, another 4-4 team. A little bit of tough games coming up for the Stags, but maybe a little bit of reprieve as well. Here, Eric, what do you think of these two teams' chances going forward?
Yeah, I think both of their schedules moving forward are very similar. Milwaukee playing a very talented Dallas Talons team. They're one of the top teams in the league currently, and that'll be a tough ask even at home. Meanwhile, with Houston next week, they're playing against an Austin Lone Stars team that's having a bit of a revival here towards the middle end of the season. And having to go on the road to Austin and play them, that's going to be very tough. Milwaukee having Denver and Wichita to close things out, both teams that are having their own set of difficulties, winnable games, even on the road. Same with Houston. 2 games at home against struggling teams in Tennessee and Montana. So who knows? Anything can happen as we hit the tail end of the season here.
Danny going to look to throw here on first down. He just gets rid of it. 19-30, 2 touchdowns, those 2 picks. Fortunately, costing Houston, partially costing Houston the win tonight. Can't all be blamed on the quarterback. Still led them to 31 points, most in the season. Another pass flails out of bounds. Not trying to force anything here late. Even though when you're playing from this far behind, playing for pride at this point.
And a great point from Cam in the truck, saying that Dallas-Milwaukee game, that's going to be must-see TV. You got Mike Churchill for the Stags. You got Rashad Lockley for the Dallas Talons. I mean, those guys, man, they light up a scoreboard with the catches that they make. So that'll be must-see TV.
And after the performance tonight from Churchill, I mean, you got to be thinking, what's he going to do next week? How is Dallas going to come up with ways to stop him? Because if it's anything like tonight, if Churchill's able to catch fire again like he was tonight, Dallas is going to be in trouble. Final play of the game from Shanahan's a flip out underneath. The ball comes yard free. We'll get another chance with 4 seconds to go. This Milwaukee defense, only 3 sacks for Carnes. But in all, they really bottle up really everything that Houston was trying to do when it mattered most. Couldn't contain them all the time, but did just enough. Shanahan looking end zone. This one is incomplete as time expires. Your final score, Milwaukee with the most points of any road team this UFL season with 52. Houston with 31 in the loss. Both teams at 500. Mike Churchill, a league record for single game receptions and yards. A brilliant night for him as the Stags, Eric, take home the victory.
Yeah, great game here for Milwaukee. They kept their foot on the gas. They rode the waves of this ball game, came out with the victory here tonight. And for Houston, I mean, it just wasn't your night tonight, But Milwaukee and Mike Churchill came out and gave your home fans a show. just wasn't to be. Both teams at 500, moving forward towards the latter half of the season. It's going to be fun.
Final look at tonight's stats as we wind down things here for week 9, officially over the hump. Now in this UFL season, the playoff push begins now. A 3-day slate of games next week for week 10. So much football, so much time in this inaugural UFL season. We hope you stick around with us for the rest of it. For Eric Vinson, I'm Tyler Falk, and for the commissioner and co-founder Cameron Irvine, we're wishing you good night from Houston. That's been a presentation of the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. For more UFL, check out UFL.football on the web, and we'll catch you next time. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night from the UFL.